Income tax rates for tax on income from different sources continued. Income Tax Act 1961. Lesson 13. Income tax rates for tax on income from different sources continue. We are continuing the last video. I am Mr. T.B. Agarwal speaking from Agarwal Income Tax Tuition Classes Akola. Here we are continuing the rates of determination of tax for certain categories of income as under from previous video of lesson 12. Now we will see as to what are the rates of taxation for the regular incomes of an assessee. Section 4 of the Income Tax Act 1961 is charging section and can be called main section of the Act. This section states that income tax shall be charged at the rates enacted by the Central Act for that year. Means income tax will be charged at the rates passed in the Finance Act every year in the Parliament. The Income Tax Act itself does not specify any rate for income tax to be charged except Chapter 12. But it says that where any central act enacts that income tax shall be charged for any assessment year at any rate or rates, income tax at that rate or those rates shall be charged for that year in accordance with and subject to the provisions, including provisions for levy of additional tax of this act in respect of the total income of the previous year of every person. The subsection 2 of this section 4 also says that in respect of income chargeable under subsection 1 of this section, income tax shall be deducted at source or paid in advance where it is so deductible or payable under any provision of this act. Means here the Income Tax Act has made provision how to tax the income, and also it is also mentioned in this act that we have to pay advance tax or TDS or make TDS on this tax. The provisions of tax deduction at source and payment of advance tax will be studied in the videos that may follow. Here, however, we will see the rates at which income tax is to be charged. The rates for the assessment year 2021 are as under. 1. A. For individuals, HUFs, AOP, BOI, individuals below age of 60 years. 1. The slab, here we are giving the slab rates. We are studying the slab rates. 1. Where the total income does not exceed 2,50,000 rupees, nil. Means up to 2,50,000 rupees, no tax is payable. Second, up to from rupees 2,50,000 to 5 lakhs, 5% of the amount by which total income exceeds rupees 2,50,000 rupees. 3. Rupees 5 lakh to 10 lakhs. On rupees 5 lakhs, rupees 12,500 plus 20% of the amount by which the total income exceeds rupees 5 lakhs. Slab 4. The above rupees 10 lakhs, on rupees 10 lakhs, rupees 1,12,500 plus 30% of the amount by which the total income exceeds rupees 10 lakhs. Now B, that is for resident individual who is of the age of 60 years or more but less than 80 years of age during the previous year, having total income of rupees as under up to first 3 lakhs, nil. Means in the case of persons having who is of more than 60 years but less than 80 years, tax up to 3 lakhs rupees is chargeable, nil. 2. 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs. 5% of the amount by which the total income exceeds rupees 3 lakhs. Means about 3 rupees on 5% tax is to be charged. 3. Rupees 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. On rupees 5 lakh, 10,000 rupees. Plus 20% of the amount by which the total income exceeds rupees 5 lakhs. 4. Above 10 lakhs, on rupees 10 lakhs, tax is payable 1,10,000 rupees plus 30% of the amount by which the total income exceeds rupees 10 lakhs. C. This is in case of individual who are of the age of 80 years or above during the previous year. For these persons, up to first rupees 5 lakhs, nil. means up to 5 lakhs no tax is payable. Second slab is 5 lakh to 10 lakh. 20% of the amount by which the total income exceeds rupees 5 lakh rupees. 3. Above rupees 10 lakhs, on 10 lakhs rupees tax payable is rupees 1 lakh plus 30% of the amount by which the total income exceeds rupees 10 lakhs. Income tax should be charged at the above slab rates plus surcharge. How surcharge is charged? There are also some slabs. A. At 10% on the above tax if the total income is above rupees 50 lakhs of rupees but less than 1 crore. B. At 15% if the total income is above 1 crore but less than 2 crores. C. At 25% if the total income is above 2 crores but less than 5 crores. And D. At the rate of 37% if the total income is above 5 crores. Plus health and education cess at 4% on income tax plus surcharge wherever applicable. Second, the rate in case of every firm, that is partnership firm, on the whole of the total income at 30% plus surcharge at 12% where the total income exceeds rupees 1 crore rupees plus higher education and education cess at 4%. 3. In case of every cooperative society on the whole of the total income up to 10,000 rupees 10%, to 10,000 to 20,000 rupees, on 10,000 rupees 1,000 rupees tax plus 20% of the amount by which the total income exceeds rupees 10,000 rupees, and about 20,000 rupees, on 20,000 rupees tax payable is 3,000 rupees plus 30% of the amount by which the total income exceeds rupees 20,000 rupees plus surcharge at the rate of 12% if the total income of the society exceeds rupees 1 crore rupees plus education cess and higher education cess at for health education for at 4% on income tax and surcharge. Here we see that there is no basic limit of exemption from income in cases of firms and cooperative societies. That is, even 1 rupee is taxable. Moreover, there are different rates of tax for various companies also. These we will see later on. These are the normal slab rates of determination of tax on total income. However, where the total income includes income from long-term capital gains such LTCG, that is short form of long-term capital gain, income will be charged at 20%. That is the flat rate for long-term capital gain tax. What is capital gain income and when it becomes long-term and when it is called short-term capital gains income will be studied in the chapter of income from under the head capital gains. Further, if the total income includes income from lotteries, crossword puzzles, card games, horses, etc., that is income from other sources, then the income from these sources will be taxed at flat rate of 30%. So, if the total income of an assessee consists of regular income from salary, house property, income from other sources, including income from above, also from long-term capital gains, then such income will be taxed at the rates placed separately for each head as under. 1. Regular income at normal slab rates as applicable. 2. Long-term capital gain income at the rate of 20% of such income. 3. Lottery, etc. This income is taxed at the flat rate of 30% of such total income. Thus, the total income will be charged to tax in 3 stages as above. If the assessee has income only from lotteries and has no other income, such income will be taxed at flat rate of 30% plus education cess and higher education cess at 4%. No deduction under chapter 6A, that is for under section 6 ATC or to ATU, that is for LIC and etc. For LIC or provident fund etc. or basic exemption or rebate from tax under section 87A is allowable from such income because such income amount is 100% taxable. Likewise, no such deductions under chapter 6A, that is ATC to ATU, are allowable from income from long-term capital gain tax under section 112 of the Income Tax Act. However, rebate under section 87A from tax will be made applicable. We have seen the rates of for individuals, firms and societies which are called status of the assessees. These are included in the definition of persons in section 231 of the IT Act, which we have already studied in chapter 2, in chapter of definitions in section 2, in lesson 2. In the next coming videos, we will see as to how many status of assessors are there and how the income of these persons are computed and taxed, and how the HUF or firm is created or formed, and what are the tax benefits of this, etc., in a separate lesson on these topics. Further, we will also study the old tax rates regime and option for new tax regime for the assessment year 21-22 onwards. If you like this video, then please press the thumbs up icon and subscribe the channel, which is free of cost, and press the bell icon next to it for getting the notification of my next videos. Thanks.